Hello and welcome to day 30 of 30 Days of Doodles. Today we are doing some cleaning style doodles for all your cleaning spreads in your bullet journal, and we're going to get started with a washing machine. So we're just going to start out with a vertical rectangle. Once you have your rectangle drawn, draw a horizontal line about 1/5 of the way down from the top of your rectangle. And then right under that, make another horizontal line, and then make another horizontal line at the very bottom of the rectangle. So this is supposed to be a front-loading washer, so you're going to make a circle for the door, and then on the left-hand side, you will connect a small rectangle to it, and on the right-hand side, we'll make an oval for the handle. And then we will double outline the circle so that it has two pieces, a glass piece, and then like a metal piece around it so that you can see inside. And then on the inside, we'll add some water and some bubbles. So I just did a wavy line for the water, and then I did some circles for the bubbles. And then up top, we'll start adding our buttons and screens. So you can do something totally different than mine. It doesn't have to look exactly like, I didn't base this off a specific washer. So I just added some different rectangles and circles on the top, and one of the circles is a little bit larger and will have a dial on it. So then we'll go in with our small point pen and we will outline all of our larger features, and then you can choose if you want to use the small pen or the extra small pen for your fine details such as the bubbles and the buttons. While I'm outlining all of these little features, I do want to take a moment and tell you guys thank you so much for sticking around and leaving such kind comments throughout this entire series. It has been a lot of fun. It's also been a lot of work, and I've had some questions of people ask me if I plan to do this again in April, and I have already thought about it, and I would really like to do another 30-day challenge, but I am definitely going to take April off, as uploading daily and having to create and voiceover and edit videos is a lot of work. So I am going to take at least 1 month off, but if you guys subscribe to my channel, if you haven't already, you will know when my next series comes out. I think I want to do something with lettering or with spreads in general. So if you would like to see something like that, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you have hit the notification bell so that you'll know when that comes live. Moving on to our cleaning spray, we are going to start with a box on the bottom, somewhat like a mix between a square and a rectangle. I know that doesn't really make sense, but it's not going to be a very long rectangle, so it's somewhere between the two. And then on the left-hand side, on the top of that, we'll make a tall, narrow rectangle, and then on top of that, we will make a small horizontal rectangle. And then we're going to add some shape to this. So on that very top little narrow rectangle, we're going to add a little bit of a curved line, and then we'll curve it in along that middle rectangle and then back out along the bottom. So you're making a curvy line there. And then on the opposite side, we're going to round out that very top rectangle and then curve it in for the center and then back out, and we kind of cut off that top right hand corner of our bottom rectangle. And then we will add on our little sprayer and then another little rectangle along the top of our spray bottle just to give it some more realistic character. And then we'll go in with our pen and we will outline all of our outlines so far so that we can have a nice clean template when we go in to add our details. Once you've finished your outline, go ahead and erase all your pencil lines because we are going to go back in with pencil, and so we don't want our previous pencil lines to get in the way of our new pencil lines. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a teeny tiny little nozzle to the end there, and then I'm going to add a very skinny rectangle inside of that top piece, and then 2 lines kind of as the screw-on part, and then I am adding a rounded rectangle to the bottom for the label. And I'm going in with my extra small point pen just to go over those lines that we just created with our pencil. And then the last step would be to add any sort of decoration or text that you want on the label of your cleaning spray. For our final doodle of the entire series, we are doing a garbage can. So we're going to start with this vertical rectangle, and then we are going to turn that into a cylinder. So we've done this time and time again. You guys know how to do it. You guys are pros by this point. So add that rounded bottom piece and then add the same rounded top piece. So here, instead of just rounding it out, I'm going a little past the edges of my original cylinder because we're going to add a lid that extends just out farther than the actual trash can, and then you do have to make that back portion so that it is a bit of a three-dimensional object. And then I'm adding a handle so it has two angled sides and a flat top. And then we'll grab our pen and we will go over all of the lines of our trash can. Again, we don't go over that bottom piece of the rectangle. Instead, we just go over the rounded piece, and then we'll do the same thing with the lid. From here, go ahead and pick up your eraser and erase all your pencil lines, and then pick up your extra small point pen for your fine details. So the first thing we'll do is add two curved horizontal lines right near the top, and then we're going to make three U-shapes, upside down U-shapes on the bottom of the trash can. And then the very last thing I did was just add a bunch of very short, close together vertical lines along the rim of the trash can. So you guys, that wraps up the entire series. Thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know whether to smile that I'm done or cry because it's over, but I want to say thank you for your continued support and all your kindness through this series. It has really encouraged me to keep going even when it's been such a long process at points. So thank you again so much. And I hope that you get to use some of these doodles in your future spreads, and I hope you feel a little bit more confident than you did at the beginning of the month, and I will see you guys in my next video.